If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
What's going on, Amir?
Hey, what's up, Jimmy? How are you?
I'm very great, man. I'm very great, man.
It's been a while, man. It's been a long time.
It has been a while, man. We left them people hanging.
I
Guess,
know, right?
guess you know what I'm saying? We have to bring them back in the hood. All right. So you have Jimmy, myself, and Amir on this podcast where we going to discuss the reason why think generational wealth has come to life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on my end, I met Amir, in this convention that I went to in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Very big convention from WFD. I'm sorry, WFG, for financial literacy. I happened to stumble over him. Well, it was before that actually, right? And man, it was before that. It was we met on Facebook, correct?
Yeah, we met on the Facebook, the WFG and Friends Facebook group.
Yeah. So
Yep.
we met on the Facebook page, um, and little did we know that we was really gonna meet up, see each other face to face.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they was having a convention in Dallas, like I said, and I called Amir, let him know that I'll be up there, and happened he ended up to live up there, so it was like damn deja vu. I'm
Yep.
saying. So, we met up, we spoke, and we seen each other. Both of us exchanged words, and we was kind of in the same page when we, spoke about life. I mean, where
Yep.
we was going. We both wanted the same thing, so we happened to come up with this idea, which was called Generation Wealth. Well,
Mm-hmm.
think Generation Wealth, where we give people free information. Information that you have to pay a lot for. A lot of people don't want to go to school or don't want to go in debt. In that case, they don't want to take that risk. What we did, we took the risk for the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yep.
what we gonna do is, we're gonna go back and give it back to the community as in free. We want nothing at all from y'all. I'm saying all we want is that y'all just engage in the information and follow, use up the information,
Yep.
so that information can eventually take you from where you at to where you want to be at in the future. All right. So Admir, what do you have to say? What do you have in plan in mind?
Well, think generational wealth is something that I think it's something that we just like you said, is we're looking to just be able to share information and at the same time be able to enlighten the process because I don't know about you, Jimmy, but I come from a background where money wasn't something that was really taught. We were taught to save, but you were not really showed how to grow wealth. So I think for me is this opportunity opportunity while I'm still here, alive, breathing, healthy, not letting it possible that is I want to be able to, we want to be able to work together, come together, and be able to share information with the community. And just so people can take action. Because generational wealth is not just, it's not, we're not just talking about just wealth. We're just talking about as far as the mindset. It's all about mindset. All that other stuff will come. Money, um, material things, all that will come. But you have to be able to change your mindset first. So I think that's where I'm at right now. Is that I want to be able to, in the process, this is a good opportunity for us to be able to document our journey from where we started to our end goal. We want to be able to grow this podcast, and we want to be able to grow as a community. So that's where my mindset is at, and I think we have a really good opportunity to be able to not just learn, but also be able to share information too.
That sounds great, man. That sounds very great, very very great. I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from what we're doing. I'm saying a lot. I know millions will benefit from what we're doing, because it's a lot of time. We don't go to sleep early because we we actually searching for information. Um, let's just speak about who am I? Who am I? Well, I'm a particular person just like everybody else. Let's start with my name. My name is Jimmy. 35 years old. I'm a Haitian male. Um, well, with me growing up in Florida, um, let's say Homestead, I seen so much stuff go wrong around me, especially in my life, because I never had that parent background, which that they was educated enough to show me stuff or to teach me, maybe as in educating me or showing me certain material that can lead me to the right future. I didn't have that. No, I didn't have that, and a lot of kids have that, and they don't value it.
Yep.
Um, like me myself, I've been through a lot of stuff. Tell you the truth, I've oh, man, maybe I could say a paycheck away from poverty one time. Um, uh, it was time when I wanted to, become the person I am now. I was working two jobs and going to school. Um, because I was lack of financial education. I was making money, but I can never save that money,
Mm-hmm.
right? I couldn't. I actually every dollar that I earned, I blew it. Um, I'm a father of five kids. And from now, I always educate my kids to the person I am.
Mm-hmm.
But my background comes from a very poor family. No, but guess what? I didn't let that hold me down. I
Mm-hmm.
educated myself to get from point A to point B, from point B to point C. I just kept working on myself because everything is about working on yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, you was born with a maybe with a messed up mindset or a messed up surrounding, but as long as you have a mind, you have a brain, you can always fix that. You can always work on yourself. So, for anybody out there that's not doing too good right now, I was once in y'all shoes, so I know it's definitely doable. I know you can achieve more if you put more effort, if you just take the sacrifice. All right.
Yep.
I mean, this is part of my story. Us a human, we just like an open book. You have to know your story. A lot of people have a lot of story, but they're afraid to really speak about it. And I was that person one time. I struggle. I struggle a lot. right? But guess what? I really, walked out of there. I'm not saying I'm I want to be in life. I'm not where I want to be in life right now. But you know what? Every minute, every day, I'm getting close to it. I'm getting
Yeah.
close to it. And I have to thank God for that.
Hmm.
So that's part of my story. Is more to it as y'all engage it in this podcast that we're making. Y'all hear more. I can't give you the whole plate. I can't give you the whole snack. You know what I'm saying? Just have to, you know what I'm saying, let you sip on the soup for a little bit.
Just a little bit, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, thanks for glad to hear that story, Jimmy,
Mhm.
and thanks for sharing that with us. For me, I'm 36-year-old male Haitian descendant. Uh, I mean, to give you a little insight, I went to graduated college obviously at 18, like everyone else, pretty much for the most part. Went off to college, and that's probably it was a good thing, bad thing at the same time. I mean, I learned there's some valuable lessons in college because college really teaches you to really go out and research information, gather information, and to really you are held accountable for your own self in college. You're responsible for your own education, but with that, it comes with a price. So, I mean, for me, I racked up thousands of dollars in student loans, being very irresponsible, buying stuff. I mean, I can honestly tell you right now, just to be candid, I probably had the hottest new Jordans that came out, and I bought it basically,
Mm.
with my student loan, my FAFSA money that I got.
Wow.
So fast forward, obviously rack up a lot of debt. I mean, I studied to be an engineer. I actually ended up dropping out of college, and probably my fifth year, I started to realize uh, college was something. I just think for me myself that I think college, there's certain parts of it where it's like you go to college and you take all these classes. You spend your first 2 years taking classes that actually really don't benefit you. So where I think in college, when you go to college, you should just go directly into your major. So got there. I was an engineering major, studied. I dropped out of college. Um, I was working at a job retail store, and I had an opportunity to move up. So I moved up. Um, I was actually making more money than some of my peers that actually graduated college coming out. But I mean, I did. I mean, honestly, I did. I did a pretty decent job saving money. I mean, I wasn't bad at it, but I just knew about saving money. I found out about things like 401k because that's what my parents did. So that's what I knew was 401k and all that. So for me, is it's been a journey. I mean, I got out of the retail industry about 5 years ago. Now I'm in IT. Um, and right now, I've made it a goal of mine. And honestly, I'm going to be real with anybody out there. I still have student loan debt. So it's not like I'm going to sit here and tell you and say, yeah, I mean, but I know my journey eventually on this podcast. I've already envisioned it. That I'm going to come on this podcast and share that I've paid off all my student loan, that I don't owe nothing. So my whole goal for me is I believe in being able to have financial freedom
Hmm.
and being able to have time freedom. But those are quintessential for you to be able to build on that generational wealth. Because if you look at some of these people in America that are doing it. I mean, even going back as far as the Rockefellers. And in future episodes, we're going to talk more about that. We actually may even dedicate an episode talking about the Rockefellers and how they continue building wealth generationally. But so to fast forward, now like I said, I'm in IT now, father of two. Um, I've been married for about 7 years. Every day is a journey. And I think for me is every day you should be learning something new. And the day
Mm.
you stop learning is the day you die. So
Exactly.
so this is a great opportunity for me, even for you too, as we
Sure.
we begin this journey of financial literacy together, and we build a community of like-minded individuals that wants to be part of this journey. I want to be able to interview somebody, a guest here who probably holds, who has student loan debt, being able to share their experience of how they were doing it, and now what's their mindset now as far as building generational wealth. So that's pretty much my story. Just like you said, Jimmy, we're going to share more and more as we continue with further episodes. But we just wanted to, we're going to do a series. We're hopefully by these next few weeks before the end of the year, as we move into 2020, the new decade. Not only just the new year. We're talking a new decade. So we have the opportunity to, within the next 10 years, to be able to make a change. So 10 years from now, we want to be able to look back 2029 and see and look and reflect and see the changes that we've made in our lives. So if anybody out there, start thinking about that, because next year is not just a new year. Again, it's a new decade. And I don't know if anybody else, for me, I'm going on my 4th decade, and I would like to live to my 7th, 8th, 9th decade. So, but in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I want to be able to build that generational wealth and leave a legacy for the next children, the next generation that's coming behind us.
Mm-hmm. See, also, the thing we have to, grasp and soak in our mind is that this world, man, is for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's for everybody to live on, but it's what your value. If your values very little, then you get very little.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people probably won't understand that, right? You know, it's like saying the more you bring, the more you get, the more you live with, you leave
Mm-hmm.
with. You know what I'm saying, I know a lot of people that have student debt, and I'm also um, part of that chapter too. I have a lot of student loan because I did want to college. And also, at first, I did drop out of college, and I went through a Plan B, vacational school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to me, I feel like college, is nothing but a business. All they do, give you all the runaround, and later on when you do get that piece of paper, you end up like in a hole in a
Yep.
racetrack. Um, and then what you getting paid at work, you can't even make the minimum payment to pay that student loan. So as you see, all this stuff is just a trap that corporate America have for the ones that don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying, and that's why we have this information to alert the community, to show the community, what other action they can take, what other
Mm-hmm.
action they can follow, to better prepare themselves. I mean that is it for the story. I mean, nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
If you really want to, educate yourself for free, you know, you have to think generational wealth.
Yep.
Not only that, you have to come and hit the platform, belly flap it, and see what you're gonna get out of it. I'm sure you're gonna get a lot because we have so much information that is very, very valuable. That is, what I'm saying, you will not regret coming in this platform that we putting together. Well, we already put it together already.
Yep.
All we doing is just adding more value every day. We're adding value. We're adding value. So everybody that's hearing out there, don't take a loss. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel that we asking you for money, or asking you for something in return. We don't need nothing. We just want to give y'all the information. And I know for sure we're giving y'all the information. I know God will gonna bless us anyway, anyhow.
Yep. Yep. Totally agree, Jane. Dang, great way to end this. So, just like anybody, anybody get a chance, on Facebook, we actually have a Facebook group called Thanks Generational Wealth. So, subscribe to the Facebook group. We have our Instagram, Thank Gen Wealth @Thank Gen Wealth, just to make sure. Our email also is thankgenerationalwealth 36@gmail.com, and also think generational wealth at gmail. So if you want to hit us all up, you can find us on any of those. And for this episode, we just wanted to really just share our story and our why. And the whole reason we're doing this is to really be able to um, help help with this disease that's in America. People, we talk about, we're out here. It's crazy because we're looking for cures for AIDS. We're looking for cures for cancer, but we're not looking for cure for financial literacy. That
Yep.
is not something that is embedded here in the U.S. because we're such a consuming country. We're all about consumption, but no one is really, I wouldn't say no one, but for the most part, we're not out there really trying to be financially educated. So anybody in this holiday season, think for a minute. Um, you know, it's not about the gifts you give your loved ones. Those are just material things. Because something can happen and you lose all that. Think about not only just your health, but think about your financial. Because your loved ones will still love you whether you give them gifts or not. It's all about what gift are you giving? Is it, are you giving, life insurance protection? Are you setting up any type of tax savings vehicle for their loved ones? Those are things that's more valuable than the material things that you can get. So we're going to end today's episode. Thank you, Jimmy, for pulling up, man. I
Yes,
know
sir.
we've had a long week, but we just wanted to pull up to really be able to tell the people our story and where we're going to go from here. So for the next 4 weeks, we're going to talk a little bit more about mindset. 2020, 2020 is going to be a big year for us. I can feel it. I've already put it out there for the universe. So it's all about us taking action, consistent, taking not just, it's all about progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
So as we grow, we want to grow we want to be able to, someone to reach out can tell us, hey, I want to share my story in your podcast about how I was $100,000 in student loan debt and I paid it off.
Yeah, pay
I
it off.
want
Exactly.
I want Jimmy to be able to come on here and say, guess what? I I am financially, I've paid off all my student loan debt. And we could always look back to this episode here as of December 5th, 2019, and say, you remember when we talked about this? That's where we want to be, folks. So keep that in mind. You have all the places you can hit us up at. Any questions, hit us up. So go to Apple and subscribe. Whether it's Apple, wherever you get your podcast, go on there, especially Apple. We want to be able people to be able to notice this podcast. And we love feedback. So let us know, how can we improve, how can we better, what folks want to like to talk about, what you like to hear about on the podcast. Let us know.
Exactly.
We're here for you guys.
Mm-hmm. And y'all people, always asking for help, always calling on help. Like they need help, something's not right. Guess what? We're giving you this help. All right? Here we are. We like ambulance. Woo, 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 woo. We coming to the rescue. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So now it is you to show us, okay, where does it hurt at? Because if we don't know where it hurts, guess what? We can't really help you.
Yep.
So really, people, where does it hurt at? What's wrong with your finance? Well, are you jobless? Do you need to start a business or something? I'm saying, do you need to save money? Do you need to learn how to save money? Do you want to open an account where you can don't have to worry about losing money? What do you need? All right, we are the doctor of financial. So you have to break it down to us. You have to let us know. All right, from bits to bits. Okay, and you have to point at it. Just like you go to the doctor and you have to tell the doctor whatever it is, what's wrong, and we'll help you out with the information. All right, people. This is the end of this. Let's stay tuned for the next episode. We're gonna fill you up information. Y'all want information? Y'all want the free information that that's been hitting from y'all? It's here.